everybody, Jennifer from Scrapping Under the Influence. I am back with another card for the 13 Frights before Halloween. And if you're wondering why I've done so many cards, it's because I don't get a whole lot of opportunity to do them as much as I would like. So I figured in this case, why not? And I actually used to make lots of Halloween cards and send them out because I like doing Halloween crafts. So here we go. All right, so what we are going to do today is something a little bit different, and something I've wanted to try and haven't had a chance to really play around with. It's a technique called Jacob's Coat, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to ink blend a background. We are going to stamp and clear emboss over the top of that, and then you blend again with black ink and then wipe off where the black ink resists over the embossed image. So for this, I'm going to use Color Hive Yellowstone, Red Luster, and Grape. And since this is going to get stamped over and you're not going to see like all of it, it doesn't have to blend like you normally would probably do. So I am going to start. All I got to say is the inkstand lady needs to come out with an inkstand for these inks. Because I use these probably more than anything else that I have, just because I like how they go down, and I like the color palette. So, all right, so we're going to come in with some Red Luster, and I'm going to go up here. I should have tapped that off before I started really coming in there. So now I'm going to have to really blend that to get, and I know better. It's been a Monday. That's all I got to say. Okay. I'm actually going to come back with some more of the yellow just to kind of blend that out a little bit. I need to grab, except I'm not sure where I put them. Maker Forte sells these little stickers that you put on your fingers so that you don't end up with ink where you don't want it. I'm not sure where I put them. I have them. Don't know where they are. Okay. And like I said, you know, where you're not going to see a lot of this, I'm not worried too much about having like a perfect ink blend here. Other than, man, I'm just having a horrible time with these brushes today. This is exactly why you typically like tap off your ink to the side before you come in and start actually trying to blend, is because you can end up with like the marks, exactly like I've done here. So in other words, if you're trying to blend a background that's actually going to be seen in its entirety, don't do like I'm doing right now, because you're going to spend a heck of a lot of time ink blending. Okay, so I am going to heat set this really quickly, and then we will come in and do our stamping. All right, so I have got the cardstocks dried. I'm going to go over this with my powder tool because we are going to be embossing this. And then I am using the Cobweb Corners stamp from Maker Forte. And I am going to ink this up with my clear Color Hive ink. Let me grab my smusher since I didn't grab it ahead of time. I'm going to come in here and smush this down. And then I'm going to go over it one more time. And this is going to be interesting because it's such a fine-lined stamp. To kind of see how this technique comes out with this. A lot of them I've seen done with this technique, you're typically using a stamp that I guess has some like bigger surface area. but I just think this is gonna just look really cool when it's done. Okay, so there's that. Grab that out of there and set this aside. Let me grab my embossing powder. Because it just dawned on me, I did not get that out. Okay. So this is just clear embossing powder. I'm actually not even sure what brand this is. I want to say, actually I think it's Wow, to be honest with you, because I could buy it in like a big, yes, there we go. That is going to look amazing. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And that out of the way since I spilled embossing powder on it. Okay, so I am going to very quickly heat emboss this. So I will try and remember and mute this when I edit, but if not, I apologize. But let's see how this comes out. Okay, I think we got everywhere. So let me grab my black ink and a different blending tool, because I think for this I'm going to just use a plain old foam tool for this. And so all we're going to do is just come in and go over all of this. I may need to ink this ink pad. I may have to grab a different black one because that needs re-inked. So let me grab my other black that I like. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see even right off the bat how it's resisting where we embossed. So we're just going to go over this entire image. Otherwise I'll end up with black fingers, which I probably will end up doing anyway. I've got orange paint on right now too. But I would like to avoid that if at all possible. Okay. All right. I think we're good. A little bit more right in here. Then let me grab a paper towel, and all we're going to do is just come over our image and wipe off any of that black ink that's sitting on our embossed area. And look how cool that came out. Oh my gosh, that came out so much better than I could have possibly imagined. So this we are going to, I really hate to cut it down, but you know, I could make it into a 5x7 card. No, I'm going to have to cut it down. Darn it. Okay. So we are going to go We're going to come in about here and turn that off. And then come back and we'll go, trying to think. Do I go 4 or do we have it go the entire, I think we're going to have it go the entire front of an A2 card. So, and then 5.5. Oh, that is so cool. Sorry, I'm like totally geeked that this worked better than I thought. All right, so let me grab a card base. Do I have one? I do not. Right size? Of course it's not. I literally just had it sitting here. There we go. Hold on. So unprepared today. Okay, so this we are going to glue down on our card base, which no, I have not folded and scored and all that yet, but I will in just a minute. Okay, and then I'm actually going to be like total cheater here and just fold and burnish. I'm not even going to score it. I'm going to be lazy. But you know what? It worked just fine. Look at that. Okay, so now we just need a sentiment. And I was going to go with just a very simple Happy Halloween. However, I think I do want to heat emboss this. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and stamp and emboss our sentiment. And I think my color Hive was that one. I'm pretty sure needs re-inked. So I am going to break out my pretty new one, which should be super juicy. See, look how pretty it is when it's new. Oh yeah, that's super juicy. This will be good. Oh, before I put that down, let's go ahead and get some powder on there so that we can emboss without any problems. Help if, you know, I lined up the paper first, huh? Oh yeah, that looks good. I should have gotten this out before I did that base, huh? But that's okay. Okay. So, there we go. We have our sentiment. And that and that. I did pour some of this embossing powder out a minute ago to see how it looked. So this is from Maker Forte, and I don't remember the name, and I can't look at the back of it right now. I will tell you in a minute. But it's a really bright orange that I think is going to work really well. Yes, it will. This is one of, I believe, one of their specialty embossing powders, but I don't remember, because I get the Color Hive box, which if you haven't seen that, it's actually pretty neat. It's a subscription box, and I don't know if the subscription is still full right now, if they're taking anybody new right now, but there's 3 different tiers. I'm on the top tier one that gives you a little bit of everything, which is awesome, and I know that's where this came from. But let's go ahead and emboss this. That's gonna look great. I'm gonna give that a minute to cool. And then I am going to fussy cut that out. Actually, I wonder if I have the SVG file for this one. But if I was going to do that, I should have done that before I actually stamped and embossed. But that's okay. I'm going to give this a second to cool off. In the meantime, I am going to put the lid back on my embossing powder. Maybe. There we go. And this one is called Orange Spritz. Aha, I knew it had orange in the title. I just couldn't remember what that was exactly. Okay. That should be cooled off enough. Let me grab some scissors. And I do like to fussy cut sentiments like this. I don't know why, I've always done this, but I've always done this where I just kind of will fussy cut around my sentiments. There we go. And then I am literally just going to pop this up on some foam squares as soon as I figure out where they went. Still haven't found my big ones, but you know what, it's okay. Little ones will work just fine. Okay. Get the backing off of that. Maybe. And I think I'm going to put that right about there because I had one little spot. And then, to finish this off, I'm going to grab some gems. Just trying to decide which ones I really want. So I've got orange, I've got some got those, kind of like those. I've got some yellow. Let's see if I've got some purple, which I think I do, but I just don't remember if those will work. Okay, so we're going to do some gems, just really quickly. So I'm going to just pour a few in the lid here and grab my little tool. And we are just going to pick a few spots here and there, or not, because of course I forgot to put pin in the glue and it's clogged again. No, there we go. Okay. Oops. Come back here. Okay. Oh, too much glue there. It's okay though. We'll make it work. I'm not sure what color gems these are. I will have to look at that in just a second. I want to say rhubarb, maybe? I honestly don't remember. Get one more of this color. We're going to put him up there. Okay. Oh, and of course, we're going to spill. Okay, so these are rhubarb ripple. I was right. Okay, these are bittersweet. So we're going to put some of these down on this other bottom. because I think these are about perfect for this orange. I managed to not spill those. And these are Cali Love, which is the yellow California Love. So it's the yellow, neon yellow ink that they make. I used it on another card that I did with the candy corn stencil. All right, there we go. There is our Jacob's coat technique with a spider web and a happy Halloween. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again next week with another 13 Frights of Halloween project. See you then. Bye.